Hi Silem stars, you're welcome to my channel. If you're new here and you're not a member of the Silem stars, please subscribe down below and join the Silem stars family. Thank you so much. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to assemble commercial PDF sewing patterns. This is actually my first time working with a PDF pattern or a commercial pattern, and I am so glad that I figured it out. For the pattern I'm using today, I'm using the Butterick 8934 sewing pattern, and the dress for this pattern is actually a blazer dress. So without further ado, let's get right into the video.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to print your patterns. So obviously you want to go ahead and locate the folder that you have your files in. So go ahead and click that. And then also you want to locate the actual file you want to print. Now go ahead and right click and then open with Adobe Acrobat. Okay, whether you have the reader or just the DC version, just go ahead and open it with Adobe. Now you're going to see your pattern. Go ahead and press Ctrl P. There are two methods of doing this. The first one is leave it as it is like this and just click on the fit option. Okay, now try this, click print. If it doesn't come out well, then you have to try the second method. And this second method, you have to click on poster. Now when you click on poster, you're going to see that the preview of the pattern will now have grid lines. Can you see the grid lines? Now these grid lines are going to give you a guide as to how it's going to be when you print it out. I tried the first method and it did not work for me, and then I tried this other method and it worked perfectly. So just go ahead and click print, and you're going to see that your pattern is going to be printed out in bits, just the way the grid lines are showing you. Okay, so just go ahead and click print, and then obviously you assemble the patterns like I'll show you in this video.
So when you're done printing out the pattern papers, you're going to have a couple of pieces for each pattern depending on how big the pattern is, and then you have to put or assemble the pieces together in order to get your pattern. So for this particular pattern piece that I'm about to assemble now is the skirt front pattern piece. So it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. You want to just kind of figure out what goes where. Now if you look at each of the papers, you're going to see a tiny crisscross here, and this crisscross here is supposed to align nicely with the paper that goes with it. So once you find the paper that goes with it, this crisscross have to align, and I'm going to show you how to trim out your paper in such a way that they align perfectly. Now the PDF pattern you have should be a guide for you when you are assembling your pattern pieces. Okay, so what I like to do first of all is just be sure of which piece goes where before I go ahead and trim off my paper and then tape them together. So clearly this here is supposed to go here because I can see the top half of the letters cut off from here. I can see them here. So obviously this is supposed to go here. So I'll just move this down. So literally it's just like a jigsaw puzzle. That's the best way I can explain this assembling process. So you're going to see that you have a grain line on your pattern piece. So your grain lines have to align as well. And they also serve as a guide when you're putting your pieces together. Now as you can see, this is a very wide piece, and this one goes right up here. Now because I know that this goes up here and then this paper here is just excess, I'm just going to cut off this part of the paper. So this is what our pattern pieces look like now. So like I said, I still have about 3 to put here. So I have this one to put right at the center, I believe, and then this one goes right here, and then finally this one goes here. So this is the skirt front piece like I mentioned. Okay, so this is how this is going to be. So I'm just going to keep this aside and then go ahead and tape these other ones together. So when you're taping, what you want to do is you want to try to overlap the pieces, okay? So that's why I said it's best to start by arranging your pieces so you know which one goes where. So once you figure out which one goes where, so what you want to do is you want to overlap. So you can take two pieces like this, either a top and a bottom piece or a left and a right piece. So I like to start with a top and a bottom piece. Now what you want to do is you want to take your ruler. If you have a rotary cutter, it makes your life so much easier. All you have to do now is you're going to see the line where you're supposed to cut, and it's indicated by this little crisscross you have on your pattern paper here, a very tiny crisscross here. It's also on the other side as well. So you want to use a pen or a marker, and then you want to just go ahead and draw a straight line right where you have that crisscross. You want to just draw a straight line. Now, if you have a rotary cutter, once you place your ruler, you can just use your rotary cutter to just cut along that line, and your ruler would be sure to give you a very straight line when you cut. But for me, I'm going to be using my scissors, so I'm just going to draw the straight line, and then I'm going to cut along that line. Now, you don't need to cut the line on this one, okay? Because you're going to overlap these two together. Can you see? So once you overlap them, can you see that your lines now align nicely? The line here aligns, the line here aligns, and the green line here aligns. So all you have to do now is just take your sellotape, a clear tape, and then just stick them together. Very, very easy. Okay? So once you've done that, you have these two pieces done. Now you can decide to work your way all the way upwards before you go to the right. But then I like to work upwards and then sideways. So now what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and draw a line here. We're going to connect both points with the ruler and then cut that out. Okay, so now that we've cut this out, we're going to work with these two pieces next. So you want to go ahead and overlap these two like this. Make sure that the lines align, and then use your tape to stick these together. So we're done with this one now. So now that we've already cut out this part, we're just going to overlap like this, okay? So these are the three pieces I'm going to add now to the other pieces that I've already taped together. Now if you look closely right here, you're going to see that crisscross right up here at the top left corner. You can also see that at the top right corner of this piece. Now those are the crisscrosses that you want to align together. They help you to align your pattern pieces together. So you want to go ahead and draw your line. Okay. After cutting, all you have to do is just overlap it with the piece. So as you can see now, this is the complete pattern piece. So all I'm going to do now is cut along the outline and then transfer to my fabric. So I'm going to show you the other pieces of this pattern that I also assembled together, so you see what they look like as well. So these are some more pieces that I printed out and assembled in the same way. It's still the same pattern. This is the front bodice, the sleeve, and the back bodice. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you found this video helpful. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.